real quick. Give it all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Al-Shai, Bashem, Rakakudah, Shalom to the 144,000 rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, They Shall Be Like Madmen. Jacob's trouble is here. When I say they shall be like madmen, I'm talking about 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. You can really start at this. You can read the whole chapter, but you start at the 67th verse or so. They shall be like madmen on down past the 70th, about 74th verse to the end. It said they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still destroying but still destroying and spoiling and destroying them that fear the Lord. And I said in video, I said, excuse me, I said in previous videos that they that destroy the fear the Lord are Israelites, whether they believe in the Most High or not, but they fear the Most High in their heart by keeping certain of the laws. A Jake man knows that he's wrong if he lays with another man. A Jake man knows that he's wrong if he lays with another man's wife. That's why they do it on the down low. That's why they do the man-on-man thing on the down low. The same thing go with our women, for example. So we know that Esau just openly do it. He don't give a shit because the spirit of the Lord is not in him, and he has no fear of the Lord, of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Just go to Romans chapter 2. It says, have become a law. The Gentiles have become a law unto themselves. The law has been a part of them in their spirit. So those Gentiles in Romans chapter 2 are referring to the Israelites that don't know that they're Israelite. At one point, Cornelius didn't know he was Israelite. His parents raised him as a Greco-Roman, but he came to the realization that he's an Israelite. And so that's what all of us were, Christians or whatever we was, Baptist, Methodist, whatever the hell, Roman Catholic among the Latin tribes. So it hurts. That's why you got Vocab Malone coming against us, because 100% of the men and the women that are part of Israel, any of the camps, not just GMS, IUIC, ISBK, Wi-Fi, Genesis, Sakari, whatever camps is out there, HODC, whatever. If we all put the numbers together, let's say there's 50,000 of us. There's got to be more than that, but that openly do it. Let's say 1 million of us, 2 million of us. That was 2 million people that was part of a Roman Catholic franchise of Christianity. So anyway, the scripture said they shall be like madmen, sparing none, or they shall be like madmen, but ... Jacob's trouble is here. We're in Jacob's trouble. And how deep is Jacob's trouble going to get before we get delivered? So this is clearly, they clearly focusing on them that fear the Lord. They clearly focusing on the Israelites. They know that we're the Israelites. So this is a video that was just put up. Jacob's trouble is here. All you Jakes will regret not listening. Well, they didn't listen because they're not of the elect. They're not of the elect. They don't listen because they're not. The script tells you in Isaiah 6 and 9 that the ears were closed. Their hearts were dull of, their ears were dull of hearing. So they didn't listen because they're not, the Most High didn't tap the top of their head, that third eye, that spirit within you to see it. But now Jake is beginning to see it, whether they are part of the elect or not. So things are moving quick. We can be out of here in a year. 250 years of this system. Average empire lasts 250 years. So this place could be taken out next year. Can be. If that's the case, then the chip is going to be administered through the current king of Babylon, which is the cruel Lord, in Isaiah chapter 19. It said, then it shall be known, going back to the Apocrypha, then it shall be known who am I chosen. So, watch the rest of this, short, not even 40 minutes.
I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too.
They didn't give a damn about the kids, grown, older people, people in wheelchairs with walkers. Here it is, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and they doing this. And the Edomites with masks on, man. This is clearly racism, man. Trump said we got to get the enemy within. What do you think he's talking about? You think he's talking about Arab sleeping cells? No, he's talking about Jake. Jake is an enemy within. And he's doing it constitutionally because to protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Domestic is people that's in the country that are citizens that come against the country from the inside out. It's called an insurrection. So he's using code. How many times have I told y'all use code? Esau uses code all the goddamn time. They'll go on the court, they'll be a jury member, and they'll say, are you racist? No, I'm not racist, but in their heart, they racist as hell. You know? Jacob said, I ain't gonna tell no lie, I'm a little racist. Okay, we put you off the jury. Esau lied, man, it was a fucking lie. He said, I swear on a stack of Bibles. Put a book, the Bible, in front of Jake, the hardest criminal. Unless he's bugged out in the head, he gonna be afraid to swear on that book. That goes back to the fear of the Lord. Then it shall be known who am I chosen.
Zip tied to each other. They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher.
Yeah, because you would know people, as the scriptures say. You know people. Right? Hosea are not my people. So when you say they treated us like a no people, let's bring that back.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
To each other. They just treated us like we were nothing.
No people. No people. A foolish nation. Deuteronomy 32. And I guarantee you, she done passed the camp. She done came across a video about the Israelites talking shit. There goes them goddamn Israelites. They get on my last nerve, these Negroes.
Fisher said she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
These are all Edomites, man. Some coon-ass Unsi Jakes.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She said she was then handcuffed and released.
So they're not going after immigrants. They're going with anybody that has, if you have a warrant, we taking your ass.
Around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to
immigration. And that's profiling, because you can't go to a cop can't call you and say, come here, go give me your ID. What's your name? Where do you? They don't do that. Stop you on traffic stop. You have your 3 documents ready. You give it to him. How you doing, officer? He's cool. He don't have to ask you all this stuff. What's your mother's maiden name? What's your father's social security number? Give me your cell phone. No. You give him the documentation. The documentation gives him everything that he needs.
They would not be released. Citizen video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors
but here you got IUIC talking about, oh, you know, the Most High said we're not supposed to hate an Edomite. Edomite come in here, bust your house down and rape your damn wife. You know, I want to be mad, but I ain't going to hate them. IUIC looking stupid, man. We ain't supposed to hate no Edomites. But the Lord said you can hate your own wife. If you have 2 wives, one loved and the other hated. But don't hate them Edomites. I don't give a damn what they do.
There were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying.
They did that to fucking the kids, man. Jake kids. You wouldn't do that. If Trump gave you an order to go into some pure white, upper class, working class Edomite area, you wouldn't do all that shit. What does it say in Deuteronomy 28? They don't give a damn about the old or the young. So in the kingdom of heaven, they're gonna pay, man. They're gonna he that killeth the sword, he that leaves in captivity. Basic foundational scriptures, man. And in the place where it was said, "Ye are not my people," there shall it be said unto them, "Ye are the sons of the living power." In the land of their captivities, they shall what? Remember themselves. Pray for the dead Israelites. I believe that's Baruch 4, if not 3. You jakes that can't wake up to this, we leaving you behind. We ain't worrying about you. You Christians, keep being Christians, man. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is wicked, let him be wicked still. You a Christian, keep being a Christian, bro. Good luck with your Christianity, my Negro. And by the way, if they didn't tell you, we're still under the curses. The curses came piecemeal. I got what I want. I got the 50th verse, but moreover, all curses are taken. I'm gonna go right to the point, and then sign wonders, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, and upon thy seed forever. So you see this stuff, these police, Edomite police, coming in the neighborhood, fucking with kids in the middle of the night where they're dead sleep, shooting off percussion bombs. That show you they have no. They not gonna do that to small hats. They're not gonna do it to small hats. Even if they committed heinous crimes, they're not gonna do it. Remember when the C. Ragamuffin came out? Them small hats, them or what do you call them? What do you call them? Orthodox small hats. They said we ain't wearing them, and the cops came and fucked with them, and they fought back. And guess what? They didn't fuck with them. I went to this shop in Rockland County. I made a pickup. It's a big supermarket for the Jays, but I mean you can go there too. You can buy stuff if you want, but it's exclusively for the Jays. It's a supermarket, man. About 5 floors. And that was when everybody had to wear the mask. Not one of them wore the mask. Not one of them. And they were all in the community driving around. They told the police don't mess with them. So that show you that shit was all bullshit. Right? You didn't wear the mask, them police beat your ass. And they're not wearing masks. This motherfucker got to go. You got Nero, man. Nero 47 got to close. He got to be the showstopper. He closing the show. I believe he's gonna issue that chip if he's still the king of terrorists or the cruel lord. He's gonna issue that chip, and then he's gonna open up his arms wide to accept the the arrows, the Most High sword, which is bathed in heaven. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Isaiah 34. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power and joyfulness and gladness heart of abundance of all things. Therefore, and why did we go off? Because the Most High program must go off. You guys stop saying, well, you did this and you didn't. We didn't do nothing. The Most High program must go off. Are we gonna go off in the kingdom? No. Why? Because the Most High gonna program us to be perfect, just like He programmed us to not be perfect. He programmed Adam to go off. He programmed Eve to go off. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, and which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron. Look at the movie 12 Years a Slave, Mandingo, these type of movies. Drum, ill-gotten gains, roots upon thy neck until you have. Oh, they ain't talking about that. It's talking about the Assyrians. Okay, yeah, it was talking about the Assyrians, but it's also talking about the American slave, chattel slavery. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, the other end of the earth, which is the west, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Now they'll say that's talking about the Romans. The Romans were not on the end. You got to look. Scholars will tell you that it's Romans, right? But it's really the last leg of the Roman Empire. Because how far was Rome or Italy from Jerusalem? Not that far. Go to a world map. It's not that far. Matter of fact, Israelites were living up in Rome and in Greece and Athens, Corinth, Colossus, Ephesus. These are all Greco-Roman countries, Greek countries. Asia Minor, a nation of fair continents, where I believe Apostle Paul, Tarshish is in Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me. A nation of fair continents. They were like that when they're back in the Romans. How does it go? Matthew 11. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. I'm talking about the Romans. I was talking about the Romans, and from the time of John the Baptist until now, meaning the Romans were ruling the kingdom of heaven. The Israelites that happened to be in that land, not the northern kingdom, suffered violence by who? The Romans. And the violent ones, that should be the violent ones, the Romans, take it by force. Made it a province of the Roman Empire. Right? It says, a nation of fair continents which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. A nation from the other end of the earth. Right? They came from one part of the earth, and they gathered us up from the other part of the earth. So this is talking about, matter of fact, let me do this. Let me see what they say it is. Because as you read down to the 54, 50, it tells you about cannibalism, right? Okay, let me see, where am I going to go with this? Let me go to the chat. Let me just do it this way. Let me do it this way. Commentary. Let's see what the commentary says. Let me open it up. Give me a minute. Okay, it says the Babylonians, let me see. Okay. Bear with me for a minute. As you can see, it says, a swift eagle as the eagle flieth. The eagles of Rome may be alluded to here. It says here, but there are features in the description which apply especially to the Romans. There it goes again, Romans, right? I put in ROM, so you either come across the word Rome or Romans. Here it goes again. The eagle was the common ensign of the legion in the Roman army. Romans again. Destroy the Jews, commanding here in Britain. The Romans 2, allusion to the standard of the Roman armies. Jerusalem was destroyed by the what? The Romans. The Romans descended from who? The Edomites, Esau. A rabbi, Jewish rabbi, said, we did the video. I got the video from Apostle Ramla, put it up. I put it up there, just the part we said it. He said the Edomites the Edom is America, and it's going to be destroyed by fire. The eagle, the Roman ensign, compared Matthew's 24:28. Invasion of the Romans. Moreover, ensign on the standards of the Roman army was an eagle. It says, as swift as the eagle flieth. Vocab, no, it ain't talking about that. Well, all these commentators, these Bible scholars are saying it's talking about the Romans. Jerusalem, yet the Roman emperors, Jews, that this passage is to be understood of the Romans. So who are the Romans today? This is Rome all over again. Let me do this. You got it 61 times for ROM, ANS. I put the S in there. Where's the S? That's 17 times. Romans is 9 times. Okay, so let me see Roman. Is 17 times. Roman army. Romans. 17 times it'll either say Roman or Romans. So it's beautiful because we're at the end of this thing, man. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. I'm trying to find a video. Here we go.
They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking.
Had babies zip tied to each other. They don't regard the old or the young, as I just read. Man, Most High getting ready to, but you can't hate them. If you're part of the IUIC and they catch you talking about I hate it, Edomite, you out to school, bro. Then they're gonna talk about you for a year.
Where's the morality? Where's the human?
Where's the what?
Asking, where's the morality? Where's the human? Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human?
Humanity. Let me hear that again. Bring out kids. They were black, so-called black kids.
When I seen the little girl come around the corner, because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality?
Where's the morality? There's no morality. You got a cruel Lord. This you telling me this is not the going back to IUIC. You go to Isaiah 19, 18 and 19. Oh, that's talking about you had Israelites living in Egypt speaking Hebrew. No, it's not. That's talking about America, man. 5 cities in the land of Canaan, the land of Egypt shall speak the language of Canaan and call upon the name of the Lord. That's talking about right now. Remember, you niggas forgot. The Bible is written in code. That's why you can't get it. That's why you can't see the mark of the beast being a microchip, because the scriptures is written in code.
Where's the human?
Yeah, that's shameful, man. All right. This is 2 Esdras 9 and verse 9.
Hey, it says, and there shall be no might in thy hand. That's also in Deuteronomy 28. Where them gangbangers at? They said, we ain't doing shit. We laying low.
And it says, then shall they be in pitiful case. All right, you 2/3 out there are about to be in pitiful case, as we see it now, man. Okay, this is a shameful deed here, man. But this is the judgment of the Lord for your rebellion, your refusal to listen. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which have now abused my ways. And they shall, it says, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Okay? And this was going to happen. Okay? It's going to go to a whole nother level. All right? This is why, again, Trump has sent these National Guard, ICE agents. All right? They beefed them up with all this military gear and personnel. Okay? Because they're getting ready to have their way on Jake in these major cities. That's what it's about. Okay? It says that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Okay? For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Right. Jake is cleaved unto these government benefits. Okay? Trusted in Egypt. Okay, these you trusted in your job, and you thought that you were good to go. But now you're...
Yeah, it tells you in Revelation 12 that fed by the serpent for a certain segment of time. That serpent is not going to feed you no more. Anyway, I'm gonna close. I urge you to watch the video right here. And also subscribe. Shalom, on to the next. We're getting close, man. And the spirit, I didn't wake up saying I'm going to do 3 or 4 videos, but the spirit's on me. Spirit's on me. We gave you all the breakdowns. So what we're doing, we're reviewing a lot of things. So a lot of times we'll mention scriptures that we broke down, but we got to keep we got to keep using these scriptures, So on to the next.